Hello, this is John from caveofprogramming.com, and in this tutorial we're going to look at using your web context object to get parameters from your web.xml file. So let's say you've got some username and password information, for example, and you want to store it somewhere. One solution to that is to put it in web.xml, and of course make sure that that's not accessible from outside your application. I've got this project that I set up which just demonstrated getting the servlet context. So we've got this servlet context object, and you can retrieve that in your servlet by calling get servlet context. And previously we've looked at how that's kind of an application-wide object that you can use for storing information on an application level. But here we're going to use it to retrieve a parameter from web.xml. So let's click on web.xml down here, and by default it opens with this XML editor, and I'm just going to right click in here and go to add child. In fact, let's select the web app root tag and right click and go to add child. And Eclipse actually, or at least in recent versions of Eclipse, it gives me the option here to specify a config param, which is very useful. So I'm going to go to a context param, so I'm going to select context param here, and if we expand that, we can see that it's got a subtag param name and a subtag param value. So let's just save that and open it in the text editor so we can see what that looks like in a text view. So I'll right click web.xml and I'll go to open with text editor, and if we have a look down here, we can see that here that has added this context param tag with two subtags. Now for param name here, I'm going to specify let's say user name, and or let's call it something different, maybe like I don't know, admin name. That'll do. And let's specify something here, a value to retrieve. So that's going to be the key for this value, and that's going to be the value we're going to retrieve here. And for this, I'll just say, let's say Vicky. This is as good a name as any. And I'm going to go to my controller now, and I'm going to retrieve this value by using this key. So I'm going to use this context object that I got by calling get servlet context, and I'm just going to say here string, I think I call admin name, and admin name equals, and I'll say context.get init parameter. So it's pretty simple, and let's specify the key that I specified in this web.xml, which was admin name. And I'll just do a out.println on that so that we can see it, and let's maybe put a p tag around it like this, and in the middle here I'll just concatenate the results of my get init parameter call. So let's just output admin name here, and losing the power of speech today. Okay, and I'll save that, and I've got an extra double quote there actually. Let's put that in. The trouble is Eclipse is helpfully adding a quote where I don't need it. But usually I find Eclipse autocomplete pretty good on the whole. And I'll select controller here and click run, and I need to select the actual class and just run it. And if you don't get the results you expect, of course try going to project and clean project, but here you can see that we've successfully retrieved Vicky from web.xml here. So that's it for this tutorial, and until next time, happy coding.